Alex Hormozy shared his secret about being so good on the stage, or even on his one-to-one consulting sessions, or even on workshops. The secret is to be very well prepared for the event he is attending to. And this is so important for him and also for us who are in consulting businesses, because every time we meet a client or a prospect or anybody from the audience, ideally, we want to deliver more than the expected value. And to go at that level, to deliver more value than the expected one for our audience, is to be very well prepared. Now, let's think about it. How can we be very well prepared before our next meeting with a client? Because meeting clients is the most common reason of our meetings in our daily consulting life. Most of the people, what they do is they take the transcript from their most recent conversation with their client and just go and paste it on ChatGPT, on Gemini, or on Claude, asking to give them a summary, recognize the problems, the thoughts, and all of these things. But here is the problem. In this way, what happens is the LLM receives only the transcript from the most recent conversation and creates an essay, a summary for us, losing a couple of information, and also it doesn't know anything about all the other communication. What did we discuss 1 month ago or 3 meetings ago? How a couple of information from the most previous one are related with other parts of their business? What problems did they share so far for us? And also, what kind of other information are hidden on Slack, on social media, on WhatsApp, on email, all the channels we're using to communicate with this client. So in this way, we are losing tons of information, and the summary is not very helpful for us to deliver more than the expected value to our clients. Now, how can you deal with that? So what is the best way to be very well prepared into your meetings? The way I'm doing it is I use Zapier to build an AI agent who is responsible to check out my calendar, and 30 minutes before my next meeting is responsible to recognize who is the person who will attend to and query for that person into my digital brain and recognize all of the important information that I need to be very well prepared meeting this person. And then it sends me back on Slack, because I'm using Slack, a summary that is helpful for me to join the conversation. So it reminds me all the problems we discussed so far, any suggestions I gave it so far, and the status of every single project we were working in the most recent conversations. So it's not only looking at the most recent one, but it looks in the combination of all information I have into my digital brain. How can you build your own digital brain? I'm using Brain Graph. And Brain Graph is the tool I created myself for my business using Cloud Code. Brain Graph is responsible to receive any kind of raw context like meeting transcripts, PDF documents, email context, Slack messages, and any kind of piece of content you want to feed it, and build that way your digital brain. So what is the difference between Brain Graph and other applications that receive this raw context and create local files with context easy for LLMs to query them? Brain Graph doesn't use local files. It works with nodes graphs, which is another type of database that stores information in a way like human brain saves information in memory. So every time a new information, a new document is processed from you, Brain Graph is responsible to analyze it, recognize what the information exists in this document, and map it into the digital brain. Doing the mapping, it doesn't override the existing information, but instead goes and enriches it. And also, it is responsible to track any timeline updates, like what happened yesterday compared to what happened today for the same project. Tracks the status for every different aspect, so we are all the time up to date based on what is the progress on any different parts of our business or any different important things for our clients. And last thing is that Brain Graph is online, which means that you can query and feed data and also ask for responses online, even from your applications. So this is why we use it so easily from Zapier. And let me show you now how I've created this AI agent who helps me on meeting preparations. So I came here, created a new agent, and I'm showing you real quick what is the settings for this AI agent. So we have here at the top the trigger. Let me open it. This is the trigger. This is my calendar account. This is my calendar name. And I wanted to check it 30 minutes before. So that's fine. This is the trigger. Then the next step is to give a couple of instructions about how the workflow has to run. How I created them, I used the Copilot here because I wanted to be very fast. It didn't take me more than 5 minutes to set up at all. Then I connected down at the bottom all my tools. I needed a Slack connection, so I will receive the report to be very well prepared on my Slack because this is the tool, I like it, but you can also use it as an email notification or any other kind of notification you prefer. Now, to connect Zapier with BrainGraph, you have to have first a BrainGraph account, and you can then here into the tab of API keys, and you come here initially to create a new key. Here we have to set up your permissions. You have to give it a name like Zapier AI agent, whatever, and generate it. And then this is the key you have to use. This is going to be visible only once right here, so we have to copy and paste it inside the connection field for Zapier connections, and then the connection will start running for you. Now let me explain here what these two tools we have for BrainGraph actually are doing. We have two actions, the entity lookup and the search knowledge, and why we need them into a meeting preparation workflow. The entity lookup is an endpoint that is responsible to search into your entire digital brain for all information your digital brain knows about the meeting attendees. So the agent here is going to use it to search and find who is the next person you're going to meet and what kind of information do we know about him. What is the company he's working for, what is his role, what is his problems, issues, tools he's using, any kind of information in there. The response comes back into a JSON weird format. Doesn't matter. This is how AI agent wants the response to be. Then we use the BrainGraph search knowledge. This is an endpoint that receives the outcome from the entity lookup and performs deeper queries into our digital brain to find extra relationships about these people with other assets inside our digital brain, not only for the company but also for the projects, what is problems, the problem we have discussed so far, the solutions we have talked about, and what is actually our own relationship with this person. And then, as you can see here, from all of this context that will come up from BrainGraph, AI agent has to read the context and give me those final outcomes. I wanted to focus on previous discussions, problems, pain points related to current projects, agreements, commitments, action items they committed to, and variables to them from my side. So I will know that, oh, I had to deliver this thing. Where are these? I have them. Active project or initiatives involving this person. And then all of this is merged and it creates me a Slack message. And so let's go to test this AI agent. We come here and we have to click a test agent. It starts from the beginning. Okay, let's log into my calendar. Nice, it found that I have a next meeting with Ray. Nice. So, and this is true. In the next 30 minutes, I have a meeting with Ray, so that's fine. He's gonna run the entity lookup. Now, it's important here that during the testing, for every single action, it asks for our approval. We have to do it manually, but when the agent runs, it runs automatically. So it performed two queries, an entity lookup for Ray and entity lookup based on the term of email right here. And the thing is, BrainGraph is responsible to have them all in one place. So even if the agent decided to perform those queries, we expect to find information for the same guy without duplicates. So now we found this person, we found the most relative information about this guy, and let's get into deeper information about this person. Okay, it found it, and let's send the message on my Slack. Oh, it actually wants to search more? Oh no. It sends a message on my Slack. Yeah, it generated the Slack message and now it's ready to run it. Let's see. Approve. Hopefully it will arrive right here. Here it is. This is the message. Ray coaching Zoom. This is Ray Deck. Alright, this is information about this guy. Ray is a mentor and business coach, owns consulting agency, expert in Zen and no-code platform, blah, blah, blah. Key relationship and context, mastermind group, one-on-one coaching. These are the information I want to receive before I get into conversation with Ray. Now, if you want to make adjustments like making this context looking more human written or even more driven to specific aspects of your business, you can just specify it in here into the agent's description. And that's all. We activate this guy and we are ready to go. Publish V2. Nice, it's published. And this guy runs. That was it. So this is how I create AI agents who are using my own digital brain who run workflows for me. This digital brain knows exactly what I want this brain to know from my documents and communication with other people and key partners. How you can get started building your own digital brain. You can use Brain Graph, and just to let you know, every week I'm running 2 events, a mastermind event and office hours event, where both events are open and totally free. You can join the conversation where we discuss with other experts in the market how all the workflows actually run, which are the best practices, and we go and build live, real case studies for all the team members into the conversation. You can join there, find the link into the description, and join us in a session the upcoming week. We can discuss live how you can get started with your digital brain and take the advantage of it for your business. Thanks for watching.